It is Monday morning, the week of Thanksgiving. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, but the start of the week had a very exciting doctor's appointment, getting my next MRI. I'm somewhere in a ballpark of maybe I've reached 60 MRIs so far in my life, but on to another one Monday morning in the car with my wife and my daughter, heading to East Ann Arbor to get the imaging done. I'll play a little clip for you now just to, in the moment, where my head was at. We did it. Just made it through the MRI machine. Normally I'm on the Philips branded over at Mott, but I'm offside East Ann Arbor. Just went through the GE machine, so we'll see if that results any differences in how the scans look like. But we are on our way after I get my scrubs off of that appointment, get my clothes back on. We're gonna go check out the results. As always, you can't dwell on information that has not been certified yet. As much energy that goes into these scans and the follow-up with my medical team, it's important, even hours beforehand, is to keep it cool, because this might be nothing, but it could be something. From that MRI, we take a trip to the main campus, downtown Ann Arbor, stopped at one of our favorite breakfast joints to get some yummy food, feed the family, get some coffee, get pumped for the review with my neurosurgeon and medical team. As always, gotta think positive in absence of bad news. Waiting in the lobby, there was several patients waiting in the lobby. Generally, it's pretty much of a ghost town when I'm there. Finally get called back, waiting for 50 minutes to an hour. The thought kind of starts turning of, why are we waiting so long? My wife chimed in and said, well, maybe there's a lot of patients, it's just taking some time, but it's kind of odd to be past our appointment time. Normally we don't have to wait that long. My response was, well, maybe my neurosurgeon phoned a friend, get a second opinion on what they're seeing in the scans. We finally get called in. Normal chit chat. How's life? How's the job? What are we up to? I've known my neurosurgeon for over 2 decades, so we have some rapport built up. And then comes time to take care of business. Max, my neurosurgeon, said without no hesitation, yeah, we're gonna have to go in for surgery. When's a good time for you? Okay, let's take a lap right now. I'm in the appointment. I hear that I'm gonna need brain surgery. Let's drill down a little bit. And that's when I sat down right next to her by the computer. What are we seeing on the screen here? What's our problem site? This mass that's mainly composed of scar tissue over the past 2 radiation therapies that I've received at 17 and then at 4 years old. A little bit of scar tissue. But there might be some cancer cells kind of wrapped up in this ghost cloud. Regardless, they got to cut me open, take it out. And at that point, that mass was sent to the labs to get further tested for what it is this clump composed of. But that doesn't detract from the fact that I'm going to have brain surgery. This will be my 4th brain surgery. For those who are not too familiar with my past, 4-time brain cancer survivor, 17 was my last diagnosis, which I received radiation therapy, like I alluded to. But the constant in all the therapies that I've received to tackle my cancer is that the side effects after each treatment have been quite intense. I'm still alive. Life is what matters. The ability to articulate my thoughts and understand who is my family. Being able to get out of bed on my own and walk and dress myself. If you can do those things, that's what matters most. For an example, some of the things that might be a little bit loose is my ability to have peripheral vision, or potentially my right leg, I might lose that again and get my limp back that I struggled so hard to get rid of. But here we are again. I told my dad afterward how repetitive this feels and how that piece of vocabulary just doesn't sound fitting of how to explain and describe my experience. So as I'm trying to articulate all this in the 30 minutes roughly that I was with my neurosurgeon and medical team, the next thing came up, well, Max, how about you? How do you feel about being awake for certain parts of the procedure? I'm like, great, yeah, sure thing. Let me just be eyes open, alert, for what purpose? As they are going to go into my head and poke around yet again, we just want to make sure that I can physically point my toes, move my leg, still see, and I'm sure a long grocery list of items to check up on while they're poking around. That's the news. Man, it's kind of a lot to deal with, but you always want to think, act, then feel. We can't be having this feel, act, then think about it. I still have to get my MRI scheduled. After I get scheduled, call up my neurosurgeon right away and to get my surgery scheduled for the next day. That is the next direction in this process. But in the meantime, gotta circle back, update the will for that just in case moment, and to do my best to create an environment back in my house for what I'm hoping is a very short and speedy recovery. But if there is anything off chance where I might be sitting down for a little bit, I want to make it comfy and cozy. Regardless of what they find in the lab, it's kind of funny to me to think, okay, potentially 5-time brain cancer survivor, or hopefully will be, but also 4 brain surgeries, 28 now. So, crazy life experiences. Keep y'all posted as I figure out new information, and it's going to be a heck of a surgery, being that the new variables are I have a wife, I have a kid, I got another one on the way. Priority shift is a definite extreme. And then also, I'm writing a book on all my past experiences. Right at the tail end of getting this done, boom, here comes another part of the journey. Anyway, until I figure out more news, I'll try my best to keep y'all informed. But happy Thanksgiving. What a crazy week it has been. Peace.